right, everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Riff Rundown. I hope this is finding you and yours doing well this weekend. My name is Angela Petrilli. I am here with my friends at Fishman for a brand new live episode of the Riff Rundown. Really happy you're here. This is going to be a really fun one today. I've gotten a lot of requests for John Mayer lately, and this is such a cool song. The chords are very beginner friendly. There's some really great inversions that we're going to talk about here too. And it's just a ton of fun, and there's a really cool solo in here too. So it's going to be a blast. And again, we are live today. And as always, you guys are enjoying the lessons. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It absolutely helps the cause. If you want to check out all the cool Fishman gear that I use in these lessons, you can go ahead and click the link in the video description below. And a lot of you guys ask me, how can we support you? You do all these cool lessons. Well, I just started a Patreon page, so you can join us there. It's a really fun extension of this beautiful community that we built here on the Riff Rundown. And our next hangout is tomorrow, the 11th of August, 2024. So if you want to hang out with us tomorrow, go ahead and click the link. I put it in the chat below. So would love to see you there. It's a beautiful extension of this community that we have here. And again, we are live today, folks. And I'm seeing everybody tuning in. You guys know the drill. This is great. Already letting me know where you guys are tuning in from. So, as always, you guys know I like to ask a question before I get started. So please let me know where you're tuning in from and your favorite blues R&B album. So we're going to be learning Waiting on the World to Change by John Mayer today. So have your electric guitar and standard tuning for this one. It's going to be a lot of fun. And as always, the question, where you're tuning in from and your favorite blues R&B album. So here we go. Electric guitar, standard tuning, Waiting on the World to Change, John Mayer. This is going to be a fun one. Really, really happy you guys are here today. And again, we're live. Put it in the comments. Really happy to see you guys. Here we go. So we're going to break down all of the great parts, the chorus, there's some really beautiful chords that we have in there, the bridge, the solo, all of that good stuff. So we're going to be learning that today. And again, we are live. Let me know where you're tuning in from, folks. It's going to be a fun one. So we're going to break this down. The intro and the verses are going to be exactly the same. So as far as the chords go, we are good to go. It's going to be a really fun one. So I'm going to play the intro and the verses just a little bit slower than I did at the top. And this is also a live Q&A, so if you guys have questions throughout the hour, please don't be shy. Go ahead and put the comments in the comments section. I'll get to as many of those as I can within the hour. Really glad you're here. So here we go. Intro verses, just a little bit slower. Okay, so what's happening here as far as the chords go, we are playing a D chord, a B minor, G, D, and A. So those are going to be the chords. So we got some great inversions, as I mentioned at the top. Again, this is a really cool blues, R&B type song. Lots of great groove, lots of great pocket. We're going to talk about all that stuff. So what I'd like you to do here, John Mayer loves this, playing with his thumb a lot. He's a big fan of Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan and Curtis Mayfield, and a lot of those players use their thumb, and he does in this song too. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So first going to look at this D major. Now we're all the way up playing the D major root of the chord, okay, on the 10th fret of the E string. We're going to use our thumb, and as I mentioned, because a lot of these riff rundowns, I like to use thumb chords. What I want you to do for those beginners who haven't done this before, it's not too scary. What I'd like you to do is you're going to wrap that thumb just to where you hear the pitch nice and clearly. That 10th fret of the E string, because that's where the D note lives. Okay? Don't feel like you need to squeeze it very hard. Just press just enough to where you hear the pitch, and you're good to go. Okay? So don't let those thumb chords scare you. They can be kind of fun. So from there, we're going to get our first finger here. We're going to place that Okay, on the 10th fret of the B string, that's our A note. We're gonna get our second finger here playing the F sharp 11th fret of the G string, and then our third finger on the 12th fret of the D string, D. So again, those of you keeping score, the D major, D, F sharp, and A, we see them all here. Now, what we're gonna do, and this is such a cool groove, I love this, I even use this kind of stuff in my playing as well. You're gonna strike the root only, the thumb note, okay? So you're gonna strike that. Then you're going to strike this D major chord here, and then you are going to lightly mute the chord with this part of your hand, okay? A type of palm mute. So root, chord, mute. We're gonna be doing this a lot in this song. Root, chord, mute. So just like that. Okay, lightly mute. Again, we want a nice snappy pocket here. Now you can choose a downstroke or upstroke. That D major chord, totally up to you. I kind of like to upstroke. So just like that. From there, we're gonna play a B minor. Again, we're gonna be using our thumb a ton in this song. You're gonna place your thumb here on the root of this B minor chord, which is going to be on the 7th fret of the E string, okay? Just like that, okay? And again, same rule applies. You wanna press, not too hard, just enough to get the pitch, and then move forward, okay? So, John Mayer likes to do it, and again, just like this, you're gonna get this first finger, okay? You're gonna lay it across the 7th fret of the G string, B string, and the high E string. So it should sound like that. Although, since we're putting our finger across the high E string, not really gonna play it, but just have it there. It's good for insurance. If you wanna play the full minor triad, sounds great. Totally up to you, okay? So from there, D major. Okay, so just like that. Notice how we only played the B note. Now we're gonna get this first finger. We're going to engage it, playing now the 7th fret of the D string, which is an A note, and the 7th fret of that G string, which is a D note. What we're gonna do here, and we're also gonna play that B note there, or the B string there too. We're gonna do a beautiful little hammer-on. So just like this, okay? So now we're kind of playing like a B minor 7 chord. You're gonna play that triad, and you're gonna hammer on with that 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the G string. And same rule applies. Nice little palm mute at the end of that. Okay? Just like that. So with the root, just like that. Okay? Really good groove, really good pocket. Let's now combine it with the D chord. Just like that. A little bit of anticipation. Okay, really feel that pocket. Let's do that again. From there, we're gonna go to G major, and don't worry, we're gonna play this part over and over again, okay? Again, Alex V, I love it. Thumbs up. Using our thumb a lot in this song today. Now we're gonna play a G major chord. So, G, rooted on the 3rd fret of the E string. Go ahead and place your thumb there, okay? And again, same chord shape that we had in that D major a couple moments ago. All right, but again, if you forgot, I'm gonna show you how to do it. So you're gonna get your first finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, that's our D note, okay? 2nd finger, 4th fret of the G string, B, 3rd finger, 5th fret of the D string, G. G, B, D, 1, 3, 5, that builds our major chord. Okay, and same thing here, root, chord, mute. Just like that. I like to do an upstroke on the G chord. Just like that, okay? Pretty good stuff. So let's do those 3 chords nice and slowly here from the top. Lamora, we are live today. Welcome. Just like that. And since we like to resolve, I understand. We're gonna go back to the D major, except we're gonna play the D major chord like this. First finger, okay? We're gonna place that on the 7th fret of the D string and the G string. And we're gonna get our 3rd finger on the F sharp, 9th fret of the A string. Beautiful triad. So we have that F sharp, the A, and the D note. Very Hendrix style chord shape, okay? So we're gonna go through all of that, and we're gonna do this a couple times so you can do it. Here we go, D major, B B minor, G, back to that D with the F sharp of the bass. Okay, let's do that a couple times without the commentary. Here we go. Now, a nice little added thing if you want to do this, okay? So this is like a level 2. Lift up that first finger to now cover the 7th fret of the A string, which is an E note, and you hammer on from that E leading into the F sharp while the rest of the chord rings. It's really pretty, okay? So that's a level 2 if you'd like to do that, all right? So let's go ahead from the top. Something I wanted to mention. Here we go. Just like that again. One more time. A little faster. Just like that. So that's the first half, all right? So that repeats, repeats, repeats. From there, okay, here's the next half of this verse intro part. Okay, so it sounds like this. I'm gonna play the first part. So notice how we added an A. So after that second D chord, we had an A major, and guess what? Same shape as that G chord, same shape as that D chord that we did a moment ago, right? So all we're gonna do here, well, we know that G to A is a whole step up, right? So bring that shape, okay, that G chord shape that we played with the thumb, okay, and bring it up a whole step. So thumb is over, okay, the 5th fret of the E string, that's where the A root lives. And I know by looking at this, you're probably like, Angela, your thumb looks really crooked. But notice when I fold, see how it's perfectly in line for where that A note is? So if you look down as you're playing, it may look a little crooked, but that's naturally how that thumb bends. But don't worry, you're gonna hit the note just as you need to, okay? And then first finger on the 5th fret of the B string, which is E, second finger, okay? So that's on the 6th fret of the G string, which is the C sharp, and then our third finger is on the A note here, 7th fret of the D string. And what's so neat about this too, and I want to mention this here, because of this wrap that we have with our thumb, notice the A string is muted. This is a good thing. So you can strum these chords and you're not, and that was probably a little loud for some of you, that's okay. So we're live. So that A string muted is a good thing, okay? And it does it here with G, and it does it here with D. Okay, so that's what you want. So you can feel very free to strum these chords and maybe not get that string that you want. Okay, so something I wanted to mention, I know it's a small detail, but I think those small details are really important. So after that A chord, we go ahead and play that B minor with the hammer on. Okay, back to G, to D. Okay, with the beautiful F sharp in the bass. So let's go ahead and do that a couple times. I'll do it one time and one pass with the commentary, and then we'll do a couple others without. And again, if you guys are enjoying these lessons, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It absolutely helps the cause. And if you want to check out all the cool Fishman gear that I use in these lessons, the link is in the video description below. And if you'd love to support me, I started a Patreon page. I left the link in the chat. Would love to see it. Would love to see you on Patreon. It's a lot of fun. We have a good time. Again, a beautiful extension of what we've built here on the Riff Rundown. Okay, so from the top, intro and verses, double duty. Let's go. D major, B minor, G, D, A, B minor, G, D, again. Okay, so just like that. All right, so again, this is live Q&A. Patrick has a great question. All right. So show those hammer-ons again. You got it. Particularly for the B minor, what we're going to do here, so we have that root, okay, with our thumb. You're going to go ahead, okay, okay? Hammer on that G string, 7th fret to 9th fret. And when we do that D to F sharp, if you want to do the level 2, lift that first finger up to the 7th fret of the A string, E note, hammer on from E to F sharp. Beautiful chords, right? I'll do that pass again a little slower, really focusing on those hammer-ons. Thank you, Patrick. Thanks for chiming in there. Appreciate it. Okay, back to A. Okay, I'll do it a little bit faster. Here we go. Time, a little faster. Okay, so there we go. There it is. Intro and verses. So let's go ahead now. You guys have questions? Please, I want to take a couple questions before we get into the chorus. So the chorus is very similar to the verses that we have. And again, the verses, there's going to be some repeating there. Again, really great groovy song. The album version is fantastic. The live versions are great. The acoustic versions are really cool too. So I encourage you, listen to the many different versions that John Mayer has done of this song. Really, really tasteful, beautiful, melodic groove, melodic playing. It's awesome. All right. So let's see everybody. Where's everybody tuning in from? All right, and I took a week off. I took a little vacation. It was so lovely. So it's really great to be back. All right, so we've got Brighton, UK, North Hampshire, UK, well, Hamptonshire, UK. Welcome, Sharon. Welcome. Sacramento is in the house, and Jose is here. Thank you so much. We got Seattle, Alberta, Tampa Bay, Philly, Elk Rapids, Michigan, Minneapolis. Such a great town. I had such a good time in Minneapolis. All right, so let's see. Thank you all so much. West Palm Beach. Lovely. We got a bunch of people from the UK. Thank you all so much for being here. Brazil, oh my goodness. Thank you all so much. Oh, thanks for the kind words, Chris. Enjoy your lessons. You have to take it nice and slow. Help me so much with Over the Hills and Far Away. You're so welcome, Chris. Oh, thanks for watching the videos. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. That is great. All right. Thank you all so much for being here. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Good to see you, all of you here. Yes, great question. Dean is asking, is there reverb on the amp? Yes, just a touch. As far as the amp that I'm using today, I am using a Fender Princeton Reverb 65 reissue with an Alnico speaker. So that's what I've got going on today. And then, of course, using the Fishman Fluence Strat style pickups, which I just totally love. Oh, they're just so luscious and awesome. Truly, 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 truly. I have these pickups in like multiple Strats of mine. They're just awesome. So yeah, that is what's going on. Thanks for asking about the amp. Appreciate it. Good stuff. All right, so let's go ahead here and go ahead and look at the chorus. So I will give you guys two different options of playing this chorus. Again, it's really lovely and pretty. So let me go ahead and play it for you. And then of course, we're gonna talk it through. So here we go. Again, very similar chords. We have this beautiful kind of B section in the chorus, which is really, really nice. So what we can do here, if you want to play the chorus like we did the intro, where you just go from D major to B minor, that's totally fine. When I was watching John play live, he did this really cool quick chord change. So that quick chord change, how we do this, we're going to go from D major to a quick little A major, okay, I already know this chord, and then to B minor. So what we're going to do here for that B minor, I'm placing the root on that 9th fret of the D string there. So that's another B note, but I also have the thumb there for insurance. Okay. So just like that. So I will play that through nice and slowly. So that's D, A, B minor, real quick. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then of course, feel free to throw in one of those hammer-ons on that G string, 7th to 9th fret, like that. Okay, so let's do that nice and slowly. And again, feel free if you wanted to also to do a nice little mute there. And then throw in the hammer-on. I'll show you what I mean. I'll do that a little slowly. Kind of a Hendrixy sort of feel there. Like that. Okay, so something I encourage you guys to try. I think it's really cool. It leaves like a nice little pop in the song. So after that hammer-on that B minor, we go back to G and then to our D major. Now you can choose to play it with the F sharp and the root, okay, that triad there. Or if you wanted to play even a D major bar chord like this, you could do that as well. From watching live versions of John, it seems like he gives this one a little bit more preferential treatment. Okay, but either one will sound absolutely lovely. You're playing all the same notes, we're just playing them in a little bit of a different order. Okay, so that's what's happening there. So what we do next, okay, is this part of the song, which I find so lovely in the chorus. So we go from D major, okay, the one that's rooted on the 10th fret, and we're gonna go to an E minor 7. Nice, beautiful, jazzy chord. Gotta love a minor 7 chord. So what we're gonna do here, okay, first finger across the 7th fret, okay, A string through the high E string. Okay, that's the bar. And again, when we're building bars, the two things I really want you to keep in mind, thumb, back of the neck. Okay, so I have that skunk stripe here on the back of my strap. My thumb is right on top of that skunk stripe, okay, right in the middle of that neck. And one thing too, we want to keep our fingers nice and straight. We don't want them crooked, okay? Try to mimic that nice straight fret that we have there. All right, so 7th fret, root is on the 7th fret of the A string. That's our E note. So we're going to do here, our second finger, go ahead and place that on the 8th fret of the B string. That's a G note. That's our flat third. What we're going to do next, we're going to place our third finger on the 9th fret of that D string. Okay, that's a B note. That's our 5. And then we have our flat 7 of D right there, okay, on that 7th fret of the G string. And go ahead and strum it through A string through the high E string, just like that. Okay, so that's what we want. Beautiful sounding chord. So from D major with the thumb and the root, all right, 10th fret. So it's a nice down, rest, down, up. Again, feel the groove, listen to the song, super cool. From there, we're going to go to a B minor 7, and I was watching him play, and it looked like he played a bar chord here. So what we're going to do is first finger, now instead of having the root on the 7th fret of the A string, we're going to lift it up, okay? So now we're rooted on the 7th fret of the E string, which is where B lives, okay? From there, you're going to get your third finger only, okay? Placing that on the 9th fret of the A string, we know that to be our F sharp. And strum the rest of those strings. Quite beautiful, isn't it? Just like that. And you'll notice here, and I'm doing this too, sometimes I put my second finger on top of my first just to give me a little extra pressure to help let that chord ring through. So if you find that helpful, you can go ahead and do that too. All right, so we've got B major, or D major, D as in dog. D major. Here we go. So what I do there, just hit that B note, then upstroke the rest of that B minor chord. Okay, let's do that again. And now from there, go back to that E minor 7. So let's do this a couple times, and then I'll show you the little lick he does with that E minor 7 chord. Just like like that again. One more time. So, for my beginners, if you just want to leave it there, it's going to sound beautiful. Okay, just leave that E minor 7 chord and let it ring out its jazzy goodness. Okay, but if you want to add a little lick, let me look and play it correctly, like that. Okay, so let me show you how to play that. So what we're going to do there, I'm using my pinky, and this is a great exercise for this finger. Okay, you're going to hammer on that pinky. Okay, on that 10th fret of that B string. So that G note to that A note. Okay, and then you're going to hammer on the G string, okay, 9th fret from where the bar is. So that's the 7th fret. You're going to hammer on 9th fret with that pinky on the G string. Okay, hammer on, pull off. And he does it pretty quick, and it's really, really cool. So let me do that again. So like that. So I would suggest really take your time, have the chord there, and just very slowly, and we'll do this a couple times together here. Or, let's do the 9th fret instead of the 10th fret, okay? One, nice and beautiful. Here we go. Just like that, okay? So when we play it in context with the rest of the chords, it's going to sound like this. Let's do that again. Just like that. Okay? So let's do that a few times here with the beginning part of the chorus. And again, you're enjoying the lessons, click that like button. It really does help the algorithm a bunch. So I really appreciate it if you do that. And again, really happy you're here, guys. Thanks so much. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please feel free to do that. All right, so here we go, top of the chorus. Like that, okay? So from there, we go back to A, to B minor, to G, to D major. Okay? It's just like that. You can do this. You can do this. It's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. All right, let's go through the whole thing again, and then we will take a quick respite for those of you who have questions, okay, about any of the stuff that I'm doing here today. All right, so here we go. Top of the chorus, I'm going to play it a little slowly. All right, I want you to get all those cool hammer-ons and all that good stuff. All right, so here we go. I think that hammer on there with the E to the F sharp on that D chord is really nice if you want to end the chorus that way. But if you just want to do the regular G chord, totally fine too. Okay, so let's do that again just a little bit faster. Here we go, top of the chorus. Such a cool pocket. Really, really awesome. Really, really awesome. So that's what's happening there. Now let's go ahead and do this, intro verses into the chorus, and then I'll take a couple questions. All right. And again, thank you all so much. Steve Peters from Indiana. Welcome. I see you. Thanks for tuning in. All right. So here we go, guys. Top, intro, verses, chorus. I will call out the parts. Here we go. Okay. Verses. Chorus. So there it is. Great stuff. Great stuff. All right, so let's see here. Again, if you guys have questions, would love to answer them while we are here. Again, we are live today, folks. Really happy to be here. And again, a lot of you guys ask, how can I support you? You can join my Patreon page. I'm going to leave the link in the video description below. So starting for like $5 a month, you can join us. We do a live hangout Q&A, and you guys can ask guitar-related questions and stuff. And again, it's a beautiful extension of the community that we've built here. And our next chat is tomorrow, so that's August 11th, 2024. So be sure to join on Patreon. Would absolutely love to see you there. So let's see. Ooh, getting some good questions coming in here. So Todd Haddle is asking, what pickup are you playing on? So what I've got here. So this is the Fishman Fluence single width Strat style pickup. So that's what I'm using here. I love them. They're great. Really reminiscent. I play a lot of 62 and 63 Strats at Norman's Rare Guitars. And these pickups, to my ear, really remind me of those guitars. They're really great. And these pickups are super quiet too, which is really nice. So as far as the configuration goes, I'm using second position. I know John Maratenzi used that quite a bit. Neck position, third position would also sound really, really lovely on this song too. So that's what I'm playing through today. And again, Princeton Reverb amp 65 reissue is what I'm going through with an Alnico speaker. So it is good stuff. Yes. When are you coming to Seattle? Judy, I am sitting in with Zepparella yet again. So honored. I will be playing with them on August 29th, I believe. In the Seattle area, so August 29th, 2024. The information is on my website, ticket information, all of that good stuff. It's going to be fun sitting in and playing some Zeppelin, again with the ladies of Zepparella. So if you are in the Seattle area, that'll be end of August. I will be there. All right, good stuff. Good stuff, love it. All right, so let's go ahead here and talk about what's happening next for the song. So after that first chorus, we're going to go ahead and have the verse 2 that happens and another chorus. From there, there's this really cool bridge part. And before I play it, for my beginners, don't freak out. The stretch looks scarier than it is. Okay, so but as always, I will talk you through it. Okay, and again, really all about groove with the song. So there's a bridge part where there's this really awesome, cool, sultry horn section that's going on, and John is kind of vamping. This is what it looks like. Okay. Don't freak out. I will show you how to do this. So what we've got here, it's a massive stretch. Yes, I know. Okay. We're going to get our first finger here, placing that on the G. Okay. 3rd fret of the E string. Your pinky finger is going to be on the E note at the 7th fret of the A string. So there's a cool like 6th thing that's happening there. And what he does, and again, he grooves with the band. So that's what's happening there. Now, as far as how to get here, okay, because this can seem a little scary for some of you. I remember when I was a beginner and I would see stretches like this, I would really freak out. But I'm here to talk you through it. As a guitar mentor here on the Riff Rundown, it is my job to do that. And I'm happy to share my secrets and things that I've learned along the way, all right? So what we've got here, your thumb needs to be low on the back of the neck, okay? and that's where my thumb is. Okay, so if I move the fingers out of the way from that chord, that's where it is. So it's pretty low, all right? If I were to have my thumb wrapping around like we did for verses, right? Watch what happens. See how my hand begins to just slowly shrink? That we don't want. So the higher your thumb is, right, it's gonna not enable your fingers to stretch in the way that we want them to in this song, right, for this section. So placing that thumb low, and I am well below the skunk stripe that's on the back of my Strat, okay? So have that thumb low so that you can reach. And also too, drop your wrist. I'm gonna move my swivel chair here for a second. So see how my wrist is dropped? If my wrist is up, notice I can't play it, okay? So drop that wrist, okay? Nice open shape here with the forearm, okay? Dropped wrist. You will be able to reach it. It may take some time for you, but that's okay. Seriously, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. I know some of this stuff, it can be a bit of a struggle when you're learning new things, but it's going to make you a better player, I promise. Stick with it, you can do it, okay? So thumb in the back of the neck, long story short, okay? Long story short. So we've got there, okay? G note, E note, and we're going to go. So we strike that dyad twice, down, up, down, okay? Kind of mute it. We don't want to, we just want a good little kind of rhythmic thing happen. Okay, just like that, you can do this, all right? So what's cool about this is we have a little bit of time to get there. So we've got that chorus, and in context, let's go ahead and play it, right? It's good to get some practice in. I'm gonna go ahead and play the chorus here, and then we'll jump right into that bridge. And then from there, we do the guitar solo, which is oh so lovely. Oh so lovely. There is so much great technique in this guitar solo. Cannot wait to show you guys how to play this. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a chorus here, and then we get into that bridge just to, you know, kind of show you guys how to get into it, and then we'll go ahead and look at that guitar solo. Someone noticed the Petrilli pizza shirt. Steve, yes. So I have these on my website. If you guys want a Petrilli pizza shirt, they're on my website. You can go to angelapetrilimusic.com. And yeah, we have them there. They're fun. So I like to wear them every once in a while. All right, so here we go. Good eye, Steve. Appreciate it. All right, so here we go from the chorus. And then there's that bridge. And listen ahead to the song on how many times this repeats. Again, that's all that's happening in that bridge. It's a really cool part for those horns to really do their thing, and it's really, really awesome. So that's what's happening there. Okay, we're getting a lot of messages about where to get that shirt, so I will send a link. If you want a Petrilli pizza shirt, my friends, there is the link. Angela's online store, right there. Click that link, and yeah, it's good stuff. We have a lot of fun. There was some fun, cool t-shirts up there, and koozies and all that good stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead here and look at the guitar solo. So what's wonderful about this is a lot of this is on one string, but it doesn't mean it's a simple solo. There's lots of great technique in this. So let's go ahead here, and I'll go ahead and play it for you, and then, as always, we'll walk you through it. All right, so here we go. And then there's a little piano part, and then another little line. So lots of great sliding on this. It's awesome. Really, really great. So I'm going to break this down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. Okay, so let's look at part 1 first. So just like that. All on one string, folks. All on one string. So what we're going to do here, you're going to get your third finger. Okay? I want you to slide from the 5th fret of the B string, which we know is an E note. We're going to slide to the F sharp. Strike the string one time. And a little vibrato never hurt anybody, especially on this solo. Love it. So just like that, all using just the 3rd finger. From there, go back to the 5th fret B string, E, hammering on to the F sharp, okay, and going all the way up to the A 10th fret. So it sounds like this very slowly. Okay, here we go, it's part 1. And vibrato at the end for sure. Let's do that again. Just like that. Let's do it a couple more times here. A little faster. Okay, just like that. Great stuff, okay? How's everybody doing? Let me know. We are live today. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know how everyone's doing, okay? Put it in the comments. Don't be shy. Everyone's cool here. Everyone's really nice. All right, let's do that a couple more times here. We'll get to part 2. Okay, so that's part 1. From there, okay, so now we're at the 10th fret of the B string. And then that was the 8th fret, but we're not playing that note. We're now going to go to the 7th fret of the B string. That's what I meant to do, man. We're live, okay? So 7th fret of the B string. We're going to hammer on now to the 10th fret, okay, F sharp to A, sliding up to B. Okay, so that's the first part. And again, a little vibrato at the end of that phrase. One more time. So we slide, vibrato, 10th, 12th fret. Now, the last part of this section, we're going to go hammer on from the 10th fret to the 12th fret of the B string, sliding from the 12th fret of that B string all the way to the 15th fret D note, okay? Just like that, okay? So let's play part 2. Again. Okay, just like that. Let's do it a couple more times. You guys got this. Let me know how you're doing. Okay, slide and vibrato, big techniques here in this solo. Let's do that one more time, then we'll combine it with part 1. Okay, now, part 1. Part 2. Let's do that again. Part 1, part 2. Just like that, not so bad, not so bad, right? Great one string guitar solo, this is so cool. So what we've got next is we're gonna hammer on now from the 12th fret to the 15th fret of that B string. And then we're gonna slide, okay, to the 17th fret of that B string, so back to that E note. Just like that, okay? Let's do that a couple times. And don't forget the vibrato. From there, give it a nice little whole step bend, 17th fret, bend it up. Resolve with vibrato, 15th fret of the B string. So here's the whole part. And notice with that bend, I'm using the help of my second and first finger to get that pitch. Okay, then leading and resolving on that D note. Let's do that again. Okay, pretty cool stuff, right? So let's go ahead and do part 1, part 2, and part 3. Here we go. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Good stuff, right? Let's do it again. And I'm playing it slow on purpose. Like I always say in these lessons, you can't play anything fast, you can't play slow, all right? So really take your time. Focus on beautiful technique, okay? Really listening, really feeling the music. It's in being really authentic to yourself as a player. Take the time. You're worth it. You're worth the time. Let's do it again. Good stuff, right? One more time. Okay, just like that. Now, this final part, so this part 4 we'll call it, is just gonna be this. So, a bunch of bends there. So what we're gonna do here, and they're half step bends, we're gonna go ahead and get our third finger now. Okay, placing that on the 14th fret of the high E string, F sharp. We are bending it to G. So a half step bend. Okay, we're gonna do a couple of those. And it sounds like he's only striking the string one time. And resolve on the D note, 15th fret B string. All right, so just like that. And sometimes I kind of like to rake it. So what I mean by that, I kind of get the sound of the string, okay, but I'm muting with that picking hand. Again, this is one of my little tiny details, but I think they're cool and worth mentioning. Okay, sliding on the D note, not C sharp to D. So let me do that again. Okay, and then from there, there's a little cool piano part. So let's go ahead now and look at part 1 through part 4, and then we'll look at the final 2 parts, and then we are done for the day, folks. Again, if you guys are enjoying the lessons, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It really does help the cause. Share a video with a friend. I've got over 100 of these lessons, so if you got a friend who's learning how to play guitar, please, I'd love if you could share these videos with a friend. And again, folks ask, how can you guys support me? I'm going to put the link to the Patreon yet again up here, so if you guys want to join the team, we would really love to have you. Just our group chats have been absolutely so much fun and so insightful and just really, really great. It's really great people out there, and it's really lovely. So I went ahead and put the link again to the Patreon page so you guys can check it out. All right, and join us tomorrow. We're doing another live chat. It'll be a lot of fun. So again, part 1 through part 4, here we go. So there it is again, one more time. So there it is. 2 more parts to learn. Let's go ahead and look at them. So let's see here. So again, very slidey, very cool. Okay, so here's the first part. I'm going to play it just a little bit slower. Let's do it correctly. So just like that. So what we've got there, okay, 11th fret of the G string, that's our F sharp. First finger, 10th fret of that B string. Hammer onto the 12th fret of that B string. Okay, so A to B. Sliding that B note, okay, a step and a half up to that D note, 15th fret of the B string. So notice the picking hand, I'm only striking the A note. The rest, the hammer on and the slide, do not need any right hand picking at all. Make sure you give that A enough gas to complete the phrase with the B note and the D note, okay? Again, these are little techniques I think that make playing the solo so soulful and so wonderful. We don't want the mess of hitting all of those notes, giving them their own hit. We want it to sound nice and fluid, so only strike the note once and let it go through, okay? So here we go. So just like that. Okay, one more time. And why not? Let's do it again. Okay, and from there, we complete the phrase, 10th fret to 12th fret on the B string, hammer on. Okay, resolving on the F sharp, 11th fret of the G string. So here's the whole phrase. I'm going to play it slowly. And after that, there might be a little bit of a slide there again. That's kind of artistic choice there. One more time. And again, vibrato. Gotta throw it in this lesson. Gotta throw it in. Really great. So vibrato on that D note and vibrato on the F sharp. Okay, when you end it. So as far as the vibrato goes, notice how I'm not, like it's not a wide vibrato. It's very tight and it's very short. Because notice the wiggle here, it's not very big. We almost want it to sound like, or feel like, you're almost getting a little seasick. I know this analogy, it's kind of funny, but that's what I think of. Okay, so like that. So let's do that again. Now the final phrase of the solo is going to sound like this. And there is a very cool slide in this that I really want to talk about. So again, 12th fret of the D string. Okay. From there, 9th fret of the G string. Hammer on to the 11th fret. Okay. Okay, that E to F sharp, that whole step hammer on, do that. Okay, 14th fret of that G string. Slide up to A. So we've got our D note to E, hammering on to the F sharp, to the A. Same rule applies as we did a moment ago with that the line previously. When you hit that E note, that's the only note that you're going to strike. The hammer on and the slide do not strike the string with your playing hand or your picking hand. Just like that. And again, little vibrato there. Okay, so really making sure things are nice and clean, nice and clean. Love this line. I think this is such tasteful playing. This was really cool. For my ear, it sounds like it's a slide back. I'll show you what I mean. So we've got 9th fret of the G string, which is our E note, hammering on to the 11th fret F sharp. That F sharp, you are going to slide it back to that D note. Okay, using that same third finger, we want this to be fluid. We want this to be really crystal clear. We do not want this to be sloppy. Okay, so let's do that again. And see what I mean? When we went back to that E, that was the only time. See, hands out of the way. So give it enough gas when you play that E note. Notice how it sounds different. This is me being meticulous, but notice how this sounds different. When you don't slide into it, it's a little too polished. Okay? When you slide, it's got a little bit of a cool swagger and a cool groove. Okay? So again, these are the little things, but I think that's what makes the song and the solo so great. So again, something I want to mention. That's why I like doing these hour lessons. I can really get into the nitty gritty details, which is super fun. So that's the entire solo. Let's go ahead and play it through a couple times. And folks, this has been such a fun lesson. Thank you all so much for always being so cool in the comments. I love how nice everyone is to each other in the comments, how uplifting, how kind. I see it. Thank you all so much for making this such a beautiful space to learn and to build community. I see it and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you all so much for just being so cool. Truly, truly, like I really mean that. It's great. So let's go ahead and play the full solo, shall we? So here we go. Nice and slow. Piano part. Do that again. All right, so that's the solo. Really, really great stuff. And that's the end of the tune. As far as after the solo, we have another chorus and that repeats. And then there's an outro where it just goes back from that G chord to the D chord. So you can choose to play any of those inversions that we mentioned of that D chord any way you like. If you just want to go G to D, 3 times and do that, and it's the same shape, and you're just moving it up to the 3rd fret and the 12th or the 10th fret, great, okay? That will sound great. If you want to use the more Hendrixy style inversion with the F sharp, that lives here. Okay, you can choose to play that. So that would sound like this. Now, if you want to include that hammer on, that would sound really nice too. So that's what that would sound. This is what that would sound like. There we go. Which is cool. So again, any of those options are going to sound absolutely beautiful. You want to mix them up and just kind of do all 3. Great. So again, I will leave it up to you. With these lessons, I consider myself a mentor, and I just plant the seeds for you guys. I want you guys to enjoy the journey of finding the guitar player you are. So that's my job here on the Riff Rundown, folks. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. We do have a few moments. I would love to answer some questions if you guys have some. So we have like 2-3 minutes here, and would love to answer your questions. So thank you all for tuning in. John Mio, I see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so let's see. All right. Yeah, really cool riff. It's super fun to play. Okay, I'm getting another link for, someone's asking for a link for the Patreon. You got it. Okay, so here is the link to the Patreon and then online store if you guys want to check out the merch, including the Petrilli pizza shirt I got here. You can get it on the online store, and we ship worldwide. So wherever you are, we will be sure to send it to you. Okay, so there we go, folks. There we go. Are you planning any new music with the players? Yes, we recorded a live EP. I'm deciding when I want to release it. I will tell you that we absolutely love it. And we recorded 2 covers that we play live a lot. So this live EP that we recorded, we did everything in 1 take. There is no edits. And it was a ton of fun to record. So we did 2 covers that we play a lot. And it really encapsulates us live. So I know a lot of you are around the world and can't always come to LA to see us play. So I thought it'd be really nice to release a live EP. So probably in 2025, I'll get to be releasing that. But there's going to be videos for every single one of these live songs too. And yeah, we did some new reinventions, sort of or at least live extended versions of 2 of the songs from the EP, which are kind of fun. So yeah, we did an extended version of High Roller, an extended version of Slapjack, which are really neat. So if you guys aren't familiar with those, and I will leave a link to my EP too. So we have it digital and we have it on vinyl and all that good stuff. So we're so proud of it. It's a great little EP. We love it. And if you want to give it a listen and check it out on vinyl, I put the link there too. So just such a blast. And yeah, so again, if you want to hang out with us on Patreon, we will be on Patreon tomorrow hanging out and all that good stuff. But as always, I just want to say thank you to all of you for being so kind to one another and just for being so great and for making these so much fun. I really enjoy these too. So wishing you so much success in your musical journeys, everybody. Take good care. Thanks for tuning in. Hope this was super insightful for you. And I know it was a lot of fun for me to play. So take care, everybody. Wishing you much success.